Aba and a beto just say finally His Excellency John Dramani Mahama abusiafo why reshuffle are residing some of the ministers. Now they are trending Dr. Zeneto Ajima Rollins to say you call environment, science and technology. Say one and the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology. Na sa enso ana Mahama Yarga, the current majority leader no abusiafo you call Minister of on a Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. Ana ama majority leadership na ho abedam pan. Sisi amno kase busa North Member of Parliament James Agalga ono ana nominated say omeye majority leader no replacing Mahama Yarga. Na busiafo wakasa ni nyina say Dominic Nitiwu former defense minister say we need experience to manage that position. Na Dominic Nitiwu krompo kan bibi fa Mahama Yarga ho. Any James Agalga had thrown the first shot at Afenyo-Markin. What to expect in Parliament? Showdown, Messi, and I say NC. But they will come back to February 2026. BBC or Parliament, James Agalga, he will be a hard nut to crack. Hard nut to crack. For my boss have videos ninyama right here on Sokatwa Show. Make sure subscribe. We are bell notification icon button on video no drop here. Once feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. Make sure link no na for fro and your be a share. Lel Flower Green Clean Solutions and that's and the power numero open cleaning company pa. I'm a press yes you feel honum hospital check bank institution. I saw them more. I'm a why come a why from there. Mr. For numbers ne good screens. What it? Ni joke creme ni charge money you pull and farm. Backhomeassist.com about ama Ghana for amwamo na me pacho we project bi Ghana hanim se wonni hanti wontimi invest o project site wo enko hu de ekoso honum me pacho we a registered group ye professional ye ana ye ma hu tumi say this adwuma nti me no an say wo de dwuma de be share say ye be call sites near ma of real time update pictures videos any report say dey be ya wo abuche de ne mo hu de ekoso Ghana hanim se wo be your hand and your eye in this country. And you can log on to backhomeassist.com and I'm a friend number good screens near carry you pull at the amount. And do have screen as well. President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Article 78 Clause 1, submitted the names of the following to Parliament through the Speaker for prior approval as Minister of State. The First Ministry and Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology. They say the Obey Minister Dr. Zeneto Ajima Rollins ono former President Rollins ba nyame atone friend ba Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs Mahama Yarga. Now the president has also reassigned the following ministers to the corresponding portfolios. Ministry of Defense say Honorable Kenneth Gilbert Ajay one of the current Minister of Housing one of the Eco Defense sa also and a Ministry of Works, Housing and Water Resources Ahmed Ibrahim, or no a chieftaincy minister. And to know, and yes, His Excellency you be was such an insano kakra. Now, what him say, Dr. Zeneto Rollins, the amount for brain him say or no, and the defense minister. Abusia, Afaho. You see, the environment, or the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, and the president, the current Minister of Housing, Akushe Defense War. Madika Kacho say, President Dibiano, ministries on Fanyagro, Miensa, Finance Ministry, Defense Ministry. And of course, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources on Fanyagro. When you say when your president Chocho Mucha be this one mama. It may be Honorable Kenneth Gilbert Ajay beyond the competence no. President Jini Bisa no dobano no. Obetwini ne aye adwuma. Enti abusa for chieftaincy so Ahmed Ibrahim afiri ho ana de Mahama Yarga ekọ no. Na ene ho ana Mahama Yarga koye no. Honorable Nitiwu former defense minister raise one or two concerns be. Mababo James Agalga voice amount. But Honorable Nitiwu say who ni say Mahama Yarga ko social media man for obia the constituency ko what chieftaincy problem, chieftaincy conflict. And until I'm a minister of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs.
Always come up, even when the first time I told them point blank, I have no interest in doing that. My interest is to make sure that Dr. Bauman becomes president of the Republic. And I don't believe that it's right for me to sit in there with Dr. Bauman leading the charge. I don't think that we are that greedy. So leave that one out. We are not also aware as a caucus or the flag bearers end or the party side that there's any plans to make any change as we stand today. I don't know tomorrow, but as I know today, the party has not discussed it. Nobody has muted it. Nobody has said anything. And so it's just a mere rumor. I think that we should discard it and move forward. The other issue that I wanted to address before I can leave is if you scratch social media, there are a large segment of people who think that Ayaga should have gone rather to the Western House and not a ministry that oversees chieftaincy. It's obvious because of the Boko chieftaincy problem. There are many people who think that shouldn't have gone there, and that you have conflict of interest. That's something we have to discuss one day and see how he's able to go around it. And it's going to be a challenge for him because there are people who come after on his neck. There are people who come after him, all because he's an MP for an area that has a chieftaincy problem. And so we should watch out for that particular side of the issue that Agalga will face as a minister if he goes through vetting. Now he's not yet gone through vetting, and that will unless they recall Parliament. Otherwise, he has to wait till after in October. Same thing with Senator Rollins. She has to also wait till October unless they recall us in Parliament. They have not given any indication that they will do that. But if they don't do that, you're going to see them as ministers if Parliament were to approve of them somewhere in November.
But do you see a possible conflict of interest as it being asserted on social media?
It's hard to tell. When you have some people who are not happy and others are jubilant, then you have to tread cautiously because there's a very thin line between what is right and what is wrong when it comes to issues of chieftaincy and religion. And so he has to tread very cautiously, and he has to reach out to the other side that are not happy with him. Luckily for him, he has both bloods. He has the blood of the Mampus, he has the blood of the Kusasis. The neutrals, I don't know whether they care or not, but he has to be able to reach out to both sides and unite them. That's all that I can say to him.
Dominic Nitu, thank you very much for your...
Eno, former Defense Minister Dominic Nitu, and I'm for Motin in Kano. Now, Sesia Menuka say, Mahama Yaraga, a free, and I'll be free majority leadership role, Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, and our local government need to. I must say, America say, end this in penny for nominee, Buza North Member of Parliament, James Agalga. Then some man for named James Agalga. Wako school were being lawyer pan, and a 4-time Member of Parliament. Enti, I said, Dominic need to a kind of baby. I say, oh, no, any experience. Experience being a chance and me, na me a ranking during Momo MB ranking on Defense Committee, me na me a ranking. A leadership role in Parliament. Currently on the chair, Defense Committee, a leadership role. And the experience baby over here. Now, with you, my paint a picture what to expect in Parliament before somebody James Agalga voice after so picking majority leadership role. February 2026, BBC or Parliament, make kakai. A copy of Parliament, there was an argument. I don't know Nana for the snitch, and Yabusian to copy a power parliamentary. Or say, now minority leader Macakas Nana for the snitch. I want to snitch there before I want to na snitch no the tini go ahead.
The minority leader is speaking this way. He should advert his mind to the meaning of the word that you snitch. I know he's somebody who loves English literature. I'm surprised at him today, Mr. Speaker. Snitch simply means to inform, an informant. It's so clear. It's so clear. It's so clear. It's so clear. Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect.
Honorable James
With the
Agalga.
greatest respect. Mr. Speaker.
Honorable James Agalga, do the needful. Honorable James Agalga, Honorable James Agalga, do the needful. Let me give you the rest of your time to continue. Please do the needful.
Oh, Mr. Speaker. To say somebody informed.
Please do the needful.
Anyway, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Majority Leader, with all due respect. Honorable Majority Leader, with all due respect.
Mr. Speaker, just a moment. Mr. Speaker, just a moment, Mr. Speaker. Just a moment, Mr. Speaker. No, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, I think you can see that today I am in a mood to listen to everybody, but I will be firm.
Hey, Parliament bedo. So that was Agalga and Abusafo. You're telling Kano. Say one day majority leader. Then you know, Anna, as a Johnny know what TV3 ni Busan say. then a Ghana for expecting between one majority and minority leader Afenyo-Markin. Showdown one and say, oh no, only problem obeying a Juma, so be making sure that government business will run in parliament. Nemum or catch Afenyo-Markin in before the more parliament and they say, oh no, he can't be bullied. Ultimate chief so the beara da.
Thank you very much. Well, I was quite surprised, but again, I also know that having served in Parliament for quite some time, I mean, anything is possible. So I would like to thank His Excellency, the President, and the leadership of my party, the chairman, and the General Secretary, who have reposed so much confidence in me to have accepted for me to be chosen to serve as a majority leader. I am grateful, and I can assure you that I will not let them down. I will not let the people of Ghana down as majority leader.
Very well. Now, Honorable, what's your perspective of this new role?
Well, the leadership in the House, if you are made the majority leader, what it means is that you must develop the capacity to, first of all, move the majority side along, as well as the minority, because you are leader of what? The House, a leader of government business. That entails a lot of hard work. I mean, you'll be required to learn to build consensus when the need arises. And at the same time, you must develop the capacity to champion government business, even in the face of people position from a minority that is very vociferous. So those are the perspectives I can share with you for now. It's quite a Herculean task, but I can assure you that I have what it takes to deliver.
Which brings me to the question, Honorable. What's your mindset taking up these tasks you've mentioned for the new role, in terms of the new role? In that, what should Ghanaians expect from an Agalga leadership?
Well, my party has a clear, if you like, blueprint for our country's overall development. So, as majority leader and leader of government business, I would champion the course of government in this quest to deliver on that blueprint and the mandates that the people of this country have given us. At the same time, I would work to ensure that the interest of the people is treated as
whom critics have said can be vociferous, but also very brash. With you as the new sheriff in town, what is your word to Afenyo-Markin?
Well, first of all, Afenyo-Markin is a colleague, lawyer. We are members of the bar. We both arrived in Parliament at the same time, and so he doesn't enjoy seniority over me so far as our age in Parliament is concerned. But, of course, we would extend all the courtesies to the minority leadership. But at the same time, the message I have for the minority is that we would play according to the rules. I mean, the standing orders are very clear. And so if we play according to what the standing orders allows us to do, I am sure would have a very interesting parliament. I can assure I've heard people say, oh, well, maybe I'm new to leadership and it could be bullied. If you've known me for some time, you would agree that I am not the type who can be bullied. Far from that. But like I said, Afenyo-Markin is a nice gentleman, and so would accord him all the courtesies, would expect him to do likewise. And if we do that, I'm sure there will be peace and tranquility in the House.
He get ready for showdowns or a showdown?
No. I don't think it would get to the point where we'd have to have a showdown. But if we have to have a showdown, why not? But as majority, our interest is to ensure that government business is not interrupted. And I'm going to, my colleague, the Honorable Ayaroga, did very well when he was, and he's still the majority leader anyway. He did very well and soft-spoken, but very decisive and resolute. So I think that I would walk very much in his footsteps and ensure that government business is not disrupted in any way.
Honorable, you have been described as a tough guy and not a pushover, at least from the commentators I've heard so far. Where there appears to be a dissent is when former Defense Minister Dominic Nitiwul says you do not have leadership experience enough to be majority leader. Your reaction?
Oh, the Defense Minister, former, is a very good friend of mine. When he was Minister for Defense, I happened to be the ranking member of the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament. So I actually oversighted him. And he knows too well that the position of ranking member is part of what? The leadership structure of Parliament. Are you with me?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. He's very much aware. So, and for 8 solid years, I was ranking member. That was a leadership role in Parliament. So, I am not new to leadership in Parliament. As we speak, I'm the chairman of the Defense and Interior Committee. That is a leadership role in Parliament. It's part of the extended leadership structure of Parliament. So, I am coming from the point where one can say that I am new to leadership. What will be said about me? And so I believe that you'll be the best to pass judgment. But
very well, Honorable. We'll leave it here for now. Thank you so much for your time. Honorable James Agalga is both.
For the new Majority Leader James Agalga for motoring can or experience especially in the current parliamentary affairs. 4-time member of parliament, so 16 years, and yasam getwa. And yeah, we are wishing well. Near hope say and such a person about parliament or the beba. Because Mama Yarga for me he was okay, but President Wisdom who said I wasn't good to be called, and I also do be called Chief Tansy Ministry. For which reason here, Yasani Mahama Yarga's uncle. And the James Agalga. Me pese me preme ho na ma pass any judgment. Me pese Parliament, whether Parliament be resume in October, and some very quality members of Parliament, no matter tracing. Say be ya, ye be who the bano. I can't really pass a judgment on James Agalga, the new Majority Leader. But for the changes, I think a lot of people are disappointed. Honorable and Dr. Senator Ajima Rollins, young Defense Minister, but I mean, she's a doctor, all right? And science, technology, environment, one also here will be because Honorable Muntala Free Muya and you're substantive minister. And see, I'm just urging her, so Uncle giving you all. Say the Baya, Emma Ghana for Yan so far. So who said, I mean, environment go about so we can make a case with the defense ministry honum. And see ever say president changes see we be able to na abusia for aye juma. Me the program ni AC be down number comment a good comment section we am share link na for and you be share. Mo so for Steve Zandoni.